Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Washington Commanders.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They're led out by their first-year quarterback, taken in the 3rd round of this past April's draft.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
First carry for James Conner. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Now this defense for the Commanders, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Short one here, caught by McBride.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And this one is right through. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0.
All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
A 1st down throw for Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
A man who played collegiately in nearby Tempe, the old Sun Devil, it's Rachaad White.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Daniels looking to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels. That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
To the air goes Daniels.
He completes it right side to White.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Daniels now to throw on 1st down. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays that we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Daniels. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
Well, the element of surprise was there. All right, there's no doubt about it. For us, maybe. But not for the guys on defense. An incomplete pass on the fake field goal attempt.
I guess, though, if you're trying to pick up the first in that spot, why not let your QB throw the ball, right?
You're thinking that might be a better way to go?
Instead of your kicker, yeah. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. Devin Duvernay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade it. Here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now they'll run it on the taunts. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Daniels. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Baron Browning drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And out across midfield, down to the 45. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
But they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Connor up the middle, powers through, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, you know, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he's taken down inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Daniels. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Terry McLaurin high in the air to bring it in. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
4 yards the pickup, first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the... And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 71 yards rushing now for Conner and a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. The ball comes out, and the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. Down to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Connor. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. They'll try and run for it. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And his stellar campaign continues. That now his 20th rushing touchdown on the year, a number that very few running backs have ever reached in a single NFL season. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. This is White on the screen. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
They'll send Brown in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Back to throw. Daniels. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd down throw for Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 19. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Daniels now on 1st and 10. And he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can push ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
32. Striker, 3-3. Black Ultra.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the offense moving quickly to the line. again. This is their fullback. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll drop to throw.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
Trey McBride
from 13 yards out.
And the Cardinals are able to extend their lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any completions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here's Ryan Rico now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
James Conner and the Cardinal offense ready to get back to work.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big pickup of 38.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll set up a throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Trey McBride with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cards are able to widen their lead here in this first half. His great season throwing the ball continues. That last touchdown pass, number 40 for him on the year.
up to kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive, 4 plays. And he was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd down, Daniels again. Throw left side, complete. That's Brown. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 1st down. Daniels looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. And this is caught. It's Brown. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Seibert's kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
They'll throw now on the final play. And this one is incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game. Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season, as this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
On 3rd down, Daniels. Now the ball comes loose. And no sidestepping that hit. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Second down, Daniels. Got his man, Okonkwo. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. On first down, Daniels. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Washington offense set to take over. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
On 1st and 10, Daniels. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Washington first. They'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Operating from the gun, Daniels. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Operating from the gun, Daniels. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Daniels. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They'll look to throw again. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commanders first down as he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. An injury going to pause the game here, and it looks like it's Terry McLaurin who's in some discomfort. Not sure what happened. Hopefully this is nothing major. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Daniels. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Here's a handoff to Connor. Fighting through, and he's got space. 102 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. And I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. On the counter, it's Connor. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
The Cards stringing together a couple of good pickups. It's another first down on that play. On the handoff, Connor. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles. But you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Connor will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown.
You think about James Conner down near the goal line, and you think about the 2021 season with his 15 touchdown runs. He believes he's as good as anybody down close, and he powers his way in here.
extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. On this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Daniels over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing on first down. Daniels. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Knight on the handoff. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there. Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to... Touchdown, Cardinals! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. He finds his man. Complete. It's fourth. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Back to throw. Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. To the sideline and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to throw again. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. On first down, Daniels. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go as a sack for a loss of a yard, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say we're hurt.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Third down and 1. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here's Conner. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 4. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
There you go, partner. That's some old school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser fullback and let him get the job done.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And as he throws and the ball is out, it's a live football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the Washington offense going back to work. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Washington offense heading out. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Here we go. 19 Tiger. Check.
Throwing after the interception. Daniels. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Operating from the gun. Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Daniels. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A first down throw for Daniels. To the right side and caught by Sennett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. That's caught by Sennett. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. This will be caught at about the 6.
And the Commanders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Daniels looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. There he goes, left side. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Arizona,
they finish things off in style, putting a bow on a 14-3 regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they drop their 11th game now on the year. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.